What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling exceptional today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just fantastic, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placements. Oh, actually, Cancer, did you have a great weekend? I'm jumping into it like a full moon didn't just happen. Cancer, how did you feel about that full moon energy? I don't know about for you, but for me, that was a lot. that was a whole lot. It was very much that meticulous savagery of Virgo that was coming through during this weekend. It was a trip. So I'm curious how this full moon had affected you, Cancer. Was it a doozy for you? Because I've been telling you since like the sun's moved into Pisces, Mercury's in Pisces, Saturn, Neptune in Pisces is all this awareness. It's but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the weekend. Hopefully you got to see the moon, Cancer. I actually need to post something. Yeah, maybe I'll post a picture of the full moon that I took. And yeah, I like that idea. I think I'm going to do that, Cancer. But yeah, otherwise, hopefully you've been recovering from this energy. If it was a lot for you, Cancer, maybe you were really productive, Cancer. Let me know how you really channeled this stuff, because ultimately, got some lessons from it there. But let's get into it, Cancer, because the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot cards spreads based on our ruler here, the good old moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void. Of course, it's all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you. Leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Alright, Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Moon Day. The moon rules over Mondays. Cancer is a great day for doing all things intuitive. This is a great energy to check in to see how you're doing, Cancer. Not just how you're doing, how you're feeling. Because usually with moon days, how that energy starts off, or if you're noticing fluctuations throughout the day, that's usually how that's going to paint it for however long that needs to last, Cancer. So this is something just to tune into yourself there, Cancer. Kind of if you have some time, maybe just do some intuitive practices, maybe pull some tarot, maybe do some meditation, just all things to just kind of to just kind of take care and to fulfill those kind of emotional needs there, Cancer. And also, Cancer, the moon is in Libra. I like when the moon's in Libra, because this is in energy, and it's a waning gibbous moon in Libra there, Cancer. And the waning gibbous phase is where we're on the reflective halves, the end where we're letting go of things, we're making space. Ooh. Hold on, Cancer. Thank you, guys. But it's that time where we're starting to make space. We're starting to clear out. We just came from this sort of, we reached the apex with that full moon, and it's a lot to process with that lunar energy sometimes there, Cancer. And I feel with this energy happening in Libra, I feel this is an energy too, because Libra deals with harmony and peace and balance and, beauty, aesthetics, and relationships as well, because what better place to see where to get balance in one-on-one relationships, and that's what Libra kind of deals with. But it's interesting because the dispositor of where our guide is. I'm changing the lingo up a little bit there, Cancer. The rule where I read this in this book where this guy was like, instead of calling us, or instead of calling the planet's rulers, they're more so guides. It kind of takes it more, gives it less, like there is this authority that's happening over us. They're Cancer, more of a teacher student type of relationship, which I really like that. So our guide, the moon, is in Libra, who's ruled by Venus, who's in an air sign as well, who's in Aquarius. And this is very kind of social energy that's going on here. And I feel like this is kind of, for some, this could maybe translate as in looking into the groups that you maybe kind of kick it with, or whether this is, like your friend groups, this could be like our work groups, this could be maybe even how we're connecting to our community, even in a sense, and just seeing if you're noticing that the energies have been feeling one way or the other. Have you felt like a vibe has changed? Why do you feel this vibe has been going on here? I almost feel like this is almost as like a time to just kind of connect with others and just have just this sort of collective release, this collective reflection. Really kind of share in some, the things that maybe we've been holding in with that full moon energy. It's like, we're just starting to get into that waning phase. It's not like we're just dumping all this stuff out there, Cancer, because, Venus is in Aquarius, and Aquarius is a little more detached, than Cancerian energy can be. And so I feel this is just one, though, to just kind of check in to see how the harmony is. And maybe even see, too, Cancer, well, one, it's a balance there, of course. I feel like seeing maybe what you can do, maybe if there's something like maybe some wisdom or some things you can impart to restore this harmony between these relationships. But I also feel like making sure not to spread yourself too thin, to not be because you have your own stuff that you're dealing with there, Cancer, your own things that you're processing, and where you may have not even you may have the capacity. Ask yourself, do you really want something? Is that something that's really resonating with you? Do you feel like listening to such and such pour their heart out? Or do you feel like doing this or feel like doing that? And it's okay if you don't. But I'm even feeling, too, we've been maybe kind of even isolating ourselves with this full moon, maybe coming from the full moon, maybe we've been feeling kind of maybe been in a critical energy under that meticulous eye of Virgo, and maybe we've been feeling that like maybe a little self-conscious. This could be a chance, if you've been in kind of hermit mode, to get out there again, to start maybe forming connections, to bring yourself back into balance, to just sort of see like, hey, I feel like this is a great energy to be vulnerable with people, is what I'm really kind of feeling with this there, Cancer. So take advantage of this. Maybe go grab some lunch, or maybe grab some dinner with some friends, or this could be even too just kind of sharing some stuff if we're in like a romantic relationship, a dating thing, marriage, whatever this is like, kind of taking some time to like, hey, maybe emotions have been high. We've been sort of all over the place, and this can be even like a reconciliatory type of energy as well here, Cancer. I feel like a lot of, with all this air kind of ruling this in this energy here, I feel this is one where we can take our emotions and articulate them, because there's this way that Libra, I feel like, translates communication that is very eloquent and very easy to understand. You can find that space to get to that state of equilibrium again there, Cancer. So a very interesting energy I feel with this. And even too, maybe one more thing, Cancer, because when we're with this letting go and maybe making space, maybe some relationships have broken apart, and this could be, because I'm just kind of thinking with how the moon is when we've kind of reached again this, when we kind of reach the end of this chapter with maybe a certain relationship, whether this be at work or whatever, this with a friend, with however this may be translating, it can feel like that there's this draining energy, or that there's this, with all this transformation, it's like, how do I want to put this, Cancer? I almost feel like that it's even in the separations, it's not thinking about, I feel, how could things have maybe gone better? Because the past is the past. If there's something, if it's something that we can remedy, then I feel there will be it'll happen in a natural way there, Cancer. I feel like it's not something that we have to force. We can't force the other people to do what we want. We can only control how we and process how we feel about the situation, and what we tend to do, show the appreciation however something may have went, even if it was a split, and how can we take the wisdom that we got from that going forward, how you can grow as an individual, and then show how you're showing up in your groups there, Cancer. Are you coming in as this more sort of balanced figure, someone who's, of course got their stuff that they're dealing with, but is processing it in a more, I'm just picturing you kind of walking a bit taller there, Cancer, where it's like, yes, there is stuff going on, but I got this. What that looks like, we'll see. Right now, we're just kind of taking it moment by moment. So I like that, Cancer. Now, and Cancer, with that being said, if you're curious about how these energies are working with you, if you want to book a private personal reading, all that information is down in the description box below. I do chart analysis where I can just kind of go over the energies. I just need your date of birth, place of birth, time of birth, and yeah, we go over just how you can, because I like to think of the natal chart as like your higher self, like leaving you, like it's like almost like a map or like a note of what are some things to look into to bring you satisfaction, to live in your highest vibration, and so this could be where we, just see how you look through this lens. How does it feel to, be maybe a Cancer sun with maybe a Libra moon and then a Sag rising, and how that translates for you, how you're operating in that. It's not necessarily that this stamp makes you this. It's just like how you've chosen to work with that, and which aspects of that you've channeled into, how that's been how that's been meshing together, and really kind of dig down to see if there are some ways we can open up some channels and explore new avenues so that you can utilize that energy in your natural flow there. It's really cool. And of course, it still brings its challenges because you are changing, you're evolving, you're trying something different, you're constantly questioning yourself to be better there, Cancer. But that's the point of this journey. Not to let that be exhausting, but let that to be encouraging, that there can be more growth in this, that I can be better than I am right now. Bet. So I offer that service there, Cancer. Talk about where the moon is maybe transiting in your chart, how the other planets are working with and not even just in like a general sort of like sun sign type of way. Is Venus forming a trine with your moon, or maybe there's more of opposition? I'm going through actually quite a bit of squares and oppositions with the last almost like week and a half, with all this Aquarius energy still kind of going on there, and it's hitting all my Leo placements. It's been a doozy. Growth, of course. It's all aspects have their pluses and minuses. It just depends on how you operate. Sometimes you need to operate in a lower vibration in order to get it to that higher. You need that tension to get that push. So, we can better work with that, and then I also offer tarot card readings as well. And I have separate links down in the description box and on my profile and LinkedIn. I'm getting that all updated right now there, Cancer. So stay tuned for that. But I think that's all I got for you, Cancer. But last few things, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them. I've been slacking on that there, Cancer. I'll get the rest of these in there down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I enjoy watching there, Cancer. Definitely check them out. They're a fantastic group. I really enjoy them. There's one in particular, Jamie. She's been very supportive. She's been working with this Aquarius energy like a boss. So definitely check out all the stuff she's doing. Got a book club. She has this just meeting. It's really cool there, Cancer. It has a Cancer channel as well, so definitely check that out if you're interested. And she's a Cancer moon, so that's really the moon's at home. That's really sick. So definitely check that out. And there's another reader too down there. I want to say she also has a Cancer moon. But then there is a link for an astrologer that I really enjoyed there, Cancer. There's a link for some podcasts that I've been really digging there, Cancer, and then some links for some apps as well. I got that just a bunch of goodies down there for you, Cancer. So avail yourself of all this information. But let's go ahead and get into your general energy of the day there, Cancer. And I dig with all this Pisces energy because you have the plunge card here. And this is a card of don't hold back. It's time. Go for it and dive in. So, Cancer, I feel this could be one where I'm just thinking with this Libra energy. This is, I feel like, a great time to just kind of check in with you and see where you're noticing some this disharmony in your life. What are maybe some things that we've been wanting to pursue possibly? Maybe there's some places you've been wanting to go. Maybe there's been maybe you want to be making more time to do some reading, maybe some writing. Maybe you've wanted to take up a mechanic class. Maybe you've wanted to go swimming. But I feel that this is a time, this plunge card is really inviting you, Cancer, to figure out, even in this waning gibbous phase, look at where we've been balancing our time, where we've been, and how can we get those scales more in balance so that we're feeling fulfilled, so that we're allowing ourselves, I feel like, some self-care as well there, Cancer. Just thinking with Venus being the dispositor of where our guide Luna is at. And I'm even getting this sort of like, not it it's a bit of an urgency. Only a little bit, Cancer. But I just feel like that if there's something that's been on your mind, I've been meaning to do this, I've been meaning to do that, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it next week. We're not promised that, Cancer. That's very wishful thinking. And I feel like, and that's not to be this depressing sort of thing, but it is meant to be a bit of a motivator. Put a little bit of heat on that there, Cancer. Because just even thinking, the South Node is in Libra right now. So with this energy, the moon's going to be passing through and forming a conjunction with that South Node, which the South Node is the energy of the skills that we've already mastered, in a sense. If you believe in reincarnation, it could even be, what your karma's passed from your past lives, or this could be even like ancestral things that you've inherited. And however you like to process that stuff, Cancer. But ultimately, these are things you're already familiar with. And I feel that the difference between the North and the South Node, they're always at opposition with each other, because it's like the South Node is wanting you to take what you've mastered and then apply it to something something opposite. Like if you have let's say, for example, if you have, like myself, I have the South Node in Cancer, which is a subjective, sort of emotional type of energy, but now it's in Capricorn, my North Node, which is wanting me to find who I am, to build this. How do I want people to see me and not care necessarily, not even how I want people to see me, but it's like, what are some things that are true to me? And doing that thing no matter what other people think about it. Whether that is I'm an astrologer, or maybe you're a librarian, or maybe, that's like that Capricorn type of 10th house type of things. How the things that the public kind of view you as. But I feel all that to say there, Cancer. It's just that I feel this is a time to kind of get out of that comfort zone. The moon is passing through that space, and it can even ask ourselves, where have we been suffering a little bit? We've been choosing to stay in this disharmony as opposed to creating a different sort of dissonance, putting ourselves in a challenge where, yes, we may be a little more fearful because the moon will be opposing the South Node, or opposing the North Node when this happens. And this could be where you'll feel kind of challenged to put yourself in something nervous. Again, put yourself in that imbalance in order to reset to something different, to grow there, Cancer. It's like we're going deeper into this thing, and when you come back up, when you oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not submerge, but when you come back up for air there, Cancer. I had a fancier word for that. But when you come back up for air, it's just like, what did you get from that? You know, this very fascinating energy here, Cancer. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. It gives me very kind of like Emperor type of energy, you know, almost even like an Eight of Wands type of things they're getting ready to do. Even like maybe even like a Page of Swords, because maybe this could be like a, again, like a school that we've been wanting to go to there, Cancer. But thank you guys. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, look at you, King of Pentacles. All right, so you have the King of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles upright here, Cancer. And then you have the Two of Swords and the Four of Cups in reverse. And, you know, that's interesting. I like the Seven of Pentacles here because this is Saturn in Taurus. And I feel it's just like, where have we been restricting our, because, you know, Taurus energy deals with like our self-worth, which is another sign that Venus guides along with Libra. And I feel like this is like, where have we been maybe doubting our worth? I feel like, where could we invest in ourselves more and really kind of like, just like, I feel like this King of Pentacles here is like doubling down on what this, it's time for whatever it is that you've been wanting to put into the works, Cancer, and getting that thing started there. This could even be for some too, there might be with this Libra energy, maybe there's something about collaboration that's happening. Again, Venus is in Aquarius while this is happening. So again, a lot of social energy that's happening here. And maybe this is something where with the Two of Swords, we're in this sort of indecisive type of place. And, you know, with Libra energy, working with some other people, or at least talking with about this, exchanging some of these ideas can, I feel, bring you different perspectives that you may not have seen before. You know, we used to see, you may have maybe one way that you talked yourself out of this was because, oh, I don't know enough about this, or I don't know about that. Talk to someone you know who knows about this stuff, or we don't feel like maybe looking into this. But I feel there's something about being open to this opportunity, Cancer. Look at this cup that's going there. The universe is offering you this chance to go for a deep dive, whether this be, and maybe this could even be too, Cancer, maybe even a time to kind of go within. Even, you know, maybe if we've been kind of struggling with maybe that concept of self-worth, it's time to not necessarily hold ourselves back, but maybe in that, it's like maybe we've been keeping some stuff in possibly there, Cancer. And it's a time to maybe let that stuff out. Maybe this partnership, maybe this is maybe working with a King of Pentacles possibly, you know, and this is, you know, Cancer, this is a safe space here, like seeking some sort of therapy, or at least talking with someone who I feel is very grounded, who's maybe getting very meticulous even, or someone who can provide you this sort of, almost like a detached sort of way that's still considerate of your feelings, but like kind of lays down the like, listen, you know, like I hear you, you know, I want to be this, but you got, in order to get to this, you need a bam, 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 and bam, because the Three of Pentacles is hard work. This isn't something I feel like is going to be easy, but, and even it's not even as hard work. It's just the three of, a better word I feel like for the Three of Pentacles, it's initiative. And it's, you know, the more that you put in this quality there, Cancer, that you follow your the things that raise your vibration. You see these bees here? You know, when you're following your vibration, you're producing all this honey, you're producing, you're growing, and you're affecting your environment there, Cancer. Because now look, this girl can enjoy these, what are these, peaches? Apples. You can enjoy these apples that you've grown. And King of Pentacles is very much, he's not just this energy of just accumulating a lot. The King of Pentacles wants to share his abundance, because that's what's the point if he doesn't have a family or have anyone to, you know, celebrate in this in. It could be very lonely at the top. So yeah, I feel like this is a very time I feel like to kind of dig down their, Cancer, and find the richness in life. You know, find some, go for that thing you've been wanting to go for. Maybe this is an acting class. Maybe this is a, whatever this is, Cancer, I'm digging it. Let's get some more on this. Look at Libra. I love when you sync with the energies, Cancer. Thank you, guys. So you have the Justice card here, Cancer, and the Hanged one upright. And then you have the World, which is Saturn energy, and the Hanged is Neptune. The Eight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And, you know, Cancer, I feel there's something here with the World that is wanting to get closed out in a sense. You know, I feel there's something here where with the Eight of Swords, we're not keeping ourselves in this box anymore. You know, maybe you've told yourself that you can't do this for whatever reason. And now I feel that the Hanged is getting you to this place where, because with this Neptune, Neptune's very intuitive. Neptune can represent the ocean. And I feel that there's this, I feel like it's almost like kind of taking this moment and kind of pausing and kind of seeing things from a different perspective. You know, like the Justice card is this cause and effect energy. And if we haven't brought the things that we've wanted into play here, Cancer, I feel like it's, how do we produce that? How do we, I feel like it's time with the Knight of Pentacles being in reverse. You know, he's, you know, they're considered like the slowest moving knight of the knights. And I almost feel like this one is, maybe we haven't been starting something because it would be an investment there, Cancer. It would be something that would take some time. That would be this energy, this more. It would be. I feel like it's more of a commitment than we had maybe anticipated. Possibly whether this is, and this maybe even to Cancer. Maybe this is going for a relationship, possibly. But it's just like this doorway that I'm feeling with the World here has been left like kind of cracked open here, Cancer. It's a time to just like kind of check out, however, again, this may be kind of translating for you, and see how I feel things change for you with the Justice card being here. But that's interesting. I'm even feeling too, because with Saturn and Libra being here, Saturn is actually exalted in the sign of Libra, which I always found very fascinating. And I mean, I get this, but I feel like that there's this discipline that's needing to be had here with Saturn and the Justice card of Libra being here, and all this Libra energy kind of flowing through. I feel there's, because even when you think about Libra in relationships, this could even be like, and granted, this is, I feel like, digging a little bit more into kind of Taurus's realm a little bit. But Libras, with being a sign of, you know, harmony and beauty, this could be even how we're maybe associating to our environment in a sense. This could be where our world is not quite how we want it to be, or maybe how we pictured. And it's just like, I feel like this energy is kind of getting a plan. You don't need to have it solved right now, or this is not something that's needing to be rushed, but I feel like it's starting to get to visualizing that a bit more with kind of the World being here, Cancer. So, and realizing again that you can with this, with the Eight of Swords being in reverse here, Cancer, because if you've been telling yourself that you can't, that's just a prison that you've built. You know, that's what I like about the Eight of Swords. It's a self-imposed prison. So that means that, you know, you put yourself in there, you can get yourself out of there whenever you feel ready there, Cancer. All right, let's get a little advice from the lovely Venus, Empress. And that's even, oh, how interesting. I was just about to talk about those two again, and then the Three of Swords pops up. That's Saturn and Libra. So I even feel that with that, oh, and the Queen of Swords. So listen, Cancer. Thank you, guys. I feel for some too that there is this energy that we can't, where others can help motivate us and things like that, I feel there is this need to not put so much stock, maybe if this resonates with you, in others kind of helping you, like taking a bit more initiative in one of these things that, if that's, again, if that resonates with you, there, Cancer. But, oh, and we were talking about you earlier. So, Cancer, you have the Queen of Swords, which is Libra energy for me, the Page of Swords, the Nine of Swords, a lot of swords here, Cancer, upright, or excuse me, yeah, upright, and then you have the Three of Swords. Oh, and you have the Death card upright here, Cancer, and then you have the Scorpio energy, and then you have the Three of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And let's switch back over here, Cancer, because I feel with this Death card being here that there is this metamorphosis that's trying to happen there, Cancer. This is a time to go for it again, to seek change. Scorpio energy is very fascinating when you think about the water signs. Scorpio is one that, and I like how Stephen Forrest kind of describes Scorpio energy and how it's taking. Scorpio is intense and they feel deeply and all this stuff. Not they're not intense, they feel intensely. And it's about that following that emotion, like, because they're ruled by Mars, which is fascinating. It's like you would think with Mars being as, this kind of vivacious, kind of aggressive sort of energy that's coming through there, to be in a water sign, you would think that because Mars functions a little, he's a bit of an awkward guide when it comes to Cancer and Pisces. But with Scorpio, the sign that he guides naturally, I feel that there is this being in this moment here, that, again, that we're not promised this amount of time. And I almost feel like that this is not meant to, because Scorpio is that sort of realization of how finite life can be, and how that's why we need to do, superficial things don't resonate with Scorpio. If we're going to do something, we want it to take a deep dive. We want to be all in on this journey, is what I feel that Death card is trying to bring in. Again, I feel like there's this, because, again, sometimes Scorpio energy, I feel, can be, those types of emotions can be very intense when we think about it. And we're gonna be, the moon will be going into Scorpio here in a few days, and that'll be squaring a lot of Venus, and who else? Pluto, Venus, and I think Mars is still, will still be there. So it's because it's not in Swords, Cancer, just giving me this sort of like, maybe there's something we're afraid of, or that there's this sort of anxiety, or this even kind of stress here that's going on with this energy. But I feel that, and it's like even kind of messing with our flow a little bit, messing with our routine, is we're just really kind of just out of whack, maybe not quite sure how to go about it. I like how she's got all these pentacles in her, kind of weaved in her hair, and that may be how your mind might be feeling there, Cancer. It's like you got all the things, but it's just like, where do we start with the Page of Swords? And I feel this Page of Swords wants to keep this idea alive, in a sense. There's something that's very exciting with these changes that could happen here, Cancer. And of course, there will be challenges along the way. But I feel it's not to be afraid of the disappointment, is to take it. I feel like Saturn in Libra, that kind of energy combination, the reason they get along so well is that Saturn gives this challenge in Libra. It's like, okay, how do I find harmony in that? Because that's how Libra operates. It's like, okay, I've been presented this. This has been, it's very interesting. It's this strictness, but I feel, and this discipline, but I feel there's a soft hand with it. It's almost like a father's guidance, in a sense. And Saturn guides Capricorn, which is considered the father energy, our opposite sign. So Yeah, I feel this is an energy, Cancer, to just like for some with that Eight of Pentacles, just switching, thinking about maybe switching up the routine a little bit. How can we make these, again, these energies flow a little bit different, this change? You know, this, that Death card is giving me a more live in the now, in a sense. What do you feel you want right now? And then how do we translate that, into action? But first, I feel like it's really understanding the feeling on a very deep level, like Scorpio. And we can do that, Cancer. We're the most emotional sign, or Cancerian energy is the most emotional of the zodiac. So we're already having that frequency in our energy. We come with that set of emotional depth, and being able to have that subjectivity and be that sensitivity in the how the energies are impressionable. And so I feel this could be a deep analysis or analysis of what you want to do, what you're trying to manifest, and where we can take things from here, Cancer. But I think I'm going to leave that there. A little something to think about, but no time like the present, Cancer. But if you like that, if anything resonated with you, Cancer, give it a thumbs up. And share this thing. If you know someone who's been maybe holding back, or who's been, maybe kind of dragging their feet on something there. And I feel like it's time to let the emotions kind of get you, not reactive, but get you riled up in a sense, get you motivated, feeling passionate. I feel like Scorpio energy, that's why they get that intensity that comes from, because it's, they appreciate this moment right here. Like they love it. And subscribe there, you world. Hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each day. And then last few things there, Cancer. Definitely check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements for your readings. And again, you can check that with me if you would like that, Cancer. Down in the description box below, there are links to set up various appointments with me, however that's looking like for you. So, that, and it's on my, and come check out what I'm doing on Instagram. I'm starting to, right now I've just been kind of posting like astrological type of information, but I'm going to start doing some more personal things. I'm just like, I'm trying to get wired like that, Cancer. Like, that's not in my thing to do, like, oh, selfie time, or like the social media things. Like I need to take a course on that, Cancer. But definitely check all that stuff out there, Cancer. I'm actually thinking about doing some live stuff here soon, taking like the monthly or that weekly download and making it like a weekly live download thing, Cancer. I'm still piecing that in my head, so stay tuned for that. We can chat it up there, Cancer. That might be a fun time. So, and oh, and then after we're done checking your chart there, Cancer, come over to my other channel, Alchemist State. I do a weekly download video there which talks about the astrological weather, what aspects, notable aspects I feel are wanting to be on your radar for that coming week there, Cancer. Could explain why you may be feeling like all types of energies and things, get you synced up to the consciousness there. And then I do a monthly one where I talk about where the sun and the planets are and how those might be affecting your energy. And then I do yearly ones as well there, Cancer. I'm excited for the yearly ones. I got a new spread style that I'm doing. It's going to be a great old time. And all that housekeeping, Cancer, is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Cancer. And you got the Four of Pentacles here, Cancer. And look at how this guy is holding this stuff. He's just kind of like hoarding these gifts, and I feel like that's maybe for some, like might be you, Cancer. I feel like it's not a time to hold your stuff back out there, kind of guarding the stuff with your chest, because it maybe there's this. That's interesting. I almost feel like this Four of Pentacles, the figure in this picture, there's this insecurity. He's holding him so close because it does matter. This is something that does really mean something to them, whether this is some sort of dream, and when we're doing something, we can almost attach to that in a sense and define ourselves as that thing that we're doing. And I feel like that there's this, and I feel like maybe for some we might be, again, maybe holding back because maybe of what people may think about you or whatever this is looking like, but I either feel like this is a time to do a deep dive and figure out why there is this fear that's possibly coming through with that. There could be where it's, again, it's just a time to let this, whatever this thing you've been saving, let this stuff go there, Cancer. Let it out. Like, let's get this, release this stuff, allow this expression, this aesthetic. How do you bring aesthetic and beauty and harmony to the soul tribe there, Cancer? Yeah, that's very, I like that. But let me get your other oracle card here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. Alright, Cancer. Thank you, guys. Oh, and look at this, Cancer. Alright, so you have the last quarter moon in Pisces card here, which is a time. Oh, we've had this card before, Cancer, which is a card to talk less and feel more. And that's basically what I feel this, like, that's Scorpio energy. Where Aquarius, I'm just thinking about the fixed signs and where we're kind of in this Aquarius energy, and Pluto is their modern guide. Pluto is in Aquarius. And Aquarius is one that is intellectual. You know, they definitely utilize the mental when they're operating. But Scorpio again is the emotional that comes through there. And that's why I feel like this is maybe even that Page of Swords, we've been thinking about it. You have all these ideas. Now it's time to see what these ideas make you feel, and which ones the ones that are really sparking up those sort of intense type of emotions there, Cancer. Allow those to be released, let it, or even with Scorpio energy. Scorpio is one that brings things up from the surface, brings those, it's this revealing, this shamanic energy that they really have. And even just with this last quarter moon, Pisces energy is that sense of awareness, that awareness of consciousness, that we're going through this human experience, and that we are these powerful spiritual beings, and that we can make our dreams manifest. But I feel like this is a time to really feel like this power. And I know it's hard, Cancer. It's a muscle. It takes practice to get into the stuff. And they're going to have days where you feel on top of the world. There are going to be other days that you're not. And it's just like, how do we find, again, the balance in the chaos? That's Libra energy. How do you make peace with the paradox that is life? So, all right, Cancer, I think I'm going to leave that there. Yeah, kept you a nice, decent time there. But you stay safe out there, Cancer, with whatever you're diving into. You definitely explore this stuff. And with this, Cancer, keep eyes on the moon. Now she's starting to get into this reflective state. Yeah, it's a great time, Cancer, for just kind of inner reflection. I like when the moon's on the waning half. I was actually born during a waning crescent there, Cancer. But let me know when you were born. Maybe we can talk about what moon phase you were born in there, Cancer, because that even has a little effect on you there too. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.